Growing cranberries starts with ground preparation. You can't just plant their seedlings in hard and untouched land, so farmers use a variety of machines that help them prepare the soil for planting. They disturb the soil through this machine so that they can create these pathways. These machines also help them get rid of rocks and stones that may later obstruct proper drainage. To make sure that the cranberry seedlings get the nutrition they need, farmers add in organic matter. It can be from the range of manure, leaf litter, or well-rotted farmyard manure to improve the soil conditions. Part of their task is to make sure that the land is free from any debris or weeds, as they can carry diseases to the cranberry crops. Then, they create ridging so the cranberries can have good drainage and air circulation. This also helps prevent overwatering and encourages better fruit sets. With the changing seasons, it is unavoidable that the fields intended for planting cranberries will experience winter and freezing. Agriculture has come a long way that farmers have learned how to use this to their advantage through winter sanding. Farmers apply sand on frozen ground, which provides them and their vehicles better traction even in winter. They spread out a layer of sand on the surface. The whole premise of winter sanding is to create ridges or raised beds using sandy soils. This aids in giving better air circulation and preventing waterlogging, which can lead to root rot and other disease-affecting cranberries. Usually, cranberry seeds are planted in a nursery until they grow into seedlings. These seedlings will then be transplanted to the main field. It can be done manually or through the use of machinery. The farmers get on the machine designed with specialized tubes or trays to hold the seedlings securely during transportation. Then, they manually choose which seedling is fit for transplanting. Throughout their growth period, farmers make sure that the cranberries get enough hydration. Most of the time, sprinklers strategically placed between raised beds are used. Other farmlands also use drip irrigation where it helps deliver water directly to the roots of the plant. Cranberries are quite unique in the way they grow because they need the help of other insects. Bees and butterflies are commonly the insects that help in their pollination. They aid in the reproduction of cranberries. To promote healthy pollination in cranberry fields, farmers often use integrated pest management techniques such as maintaining diverse habitats for beneficial insects, controlling weeds that can compete with the crops, and applying fungicides to prevent diseases that could harm the plants. After some time, the farmers will manually check for the ripeness of the cranberries. When they are ready for harvest, they will be opaque with a scarlet or fire engine red color. They usually take note of the cranberries' size, color, and even texture to know if they are almost ready for harvest. Cranberries are unusual fruits that grow well in marshes or acidic bogs with inadequate drainage. In order to cultivate them successfully, deliberate flooding is necessary, a procedure known as wet cultivation. This method produces anaerobic conditions that slow down soil processes and encourage the growth of helpful bacteria in the rhizosphere, improving the availability of nutrients for cranberry plants. Furthermore, the water manages pests and weeds, reducing the need for pesticides and herbicides. Different flooding techniques are used by growers according to the kind of soil, climate, and size of fruit that is wanted. Whereas medium flooding occurs in water that's between 6 and 12 inches deep, shallow flooding occurs in less than 6 inches of water. Deep flooding is more than 12 inches deep, and farmers may choose to use 1, 2, or all 3 of these flooding techniques, depending on their particular needs. An integral part of cranberry farming includes agitation. This means that farmers need to make any disturbance or movement of the cranberry vines. Without this, growth and fruit production can be hampered. Some farms do this via mechanical agitation or the use of rotary tillers or cultivators to disrupt the soil around the vines. These machines are also designed to break up any compacted area and promote aeration. Cranberries benefit from agitation because it promotes the growth of lateral roots, which expands the plant's access to water and nutrients. It also enhances fruit and flower establishment and aids in the management of weeds and pests. Overagitation, however, can harm the plants, so it's critical to keep a constant eye on the vines and modify the method as necessary. Because they are a distinctive fruit, cranberries need to be carefully tended to during harvest season. Cranberries are collected while still being submerged in water, as opposed to other fruits. First, the bog where the cranberry plants are planted is flooded. The cranberry vines are trimmed to release the berries from the stem when the bogs are flooded. After that, the berries rise to the surface and are harvested with the aid of specialized tools like vacuum harvesters and rakes. These devices simplify the process of rapidly harvesting huge areas by combining the rake and vacuuming tasks into one unit. After the actual harvest, the cranberries will be placed in boxes and trucks. Then, they will be transferred to the processing facility. Cranberries need to be cleaned and sorted after harvesting in order to be packaged and frozen in a cold storage facility. This is crucial because it keeps the berries fresh for shipping abroad, while also maintaining their nutritional value and quality. Actually, every step of the process, from harvesting to packaging and freezing, takes place in a strictly regulated setting to guarantee optimal freshness and reduce the possibility of nutrient loss. So, what does actually go on inside these facilities? First, the cranberries are washed using a machine. This machine uses enough power to clean but not to damage the fruits. After that, they go through this conveyor belt that transfers them to the sorting facility. They are sorted according to color, and the cranberries that do not pass their standards will be separated. Depending on what the end product will be, these cranberries can be transferred to a crushing facility to make them into juice or flavoring compounds. They can also be delivered to the market as is. Washed using a machine, sorted, bounce test the cranberry. A good cranberry will bounce, a bad berry does not, so bad berries filtered through. Once they are cleaned, they go through another round of sorting. Aside from their colors, the workers can also use the bounce test to determine their quality. If the cranberry bounces, it means it's good for consumption. However, if the opposite happens, the cranberry will be discarded. After they make sure that all cranberries pass the standard, they will be packed into these plastic containers and weighed by hand. Their data will be recorded, so when they get transferred to the labeling area through a conveyor belt, it will be easier for the workers to label them. Finally, they will be transferred to packing crates and stacked on top of each other. Before they are delivered to the market, these crates will be covered in protective film to ensure the berries' safety and for hygiene purposes too. Thank you so much for being with us today. We hope you've learned something from this video. We're also excited to hear about your favorite part of the process. Please share it in the comment section below. If you want to learn more, we also have a video on sugarcane production. Go ahead and check that out too. For more similar videos to this one, don't forget to like and subscribe.